Before we get to the local weekly fare of television, you being a television critic at STLTODAY.com in our hometown newspaper, I started watching House of Cards.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to get into the spoiler. Have you watched this House of Cards this season?
Well, I know what the spoiler is you're talking about. I know people think House of Cards is the greatest thing ever since Cracker Jack was invented.
Yes.
I don't. I think it's ridiculous. I'm not a big fan of that really over-the-top melodrama that it does.
Right.
And if you sit down and break it apart, it doesn't really make any sense, any of the stuff that happens.
Well, I mean, really, if you think about it, how does Superman really fly? I mean, you're supposed to suspend belief for a while to watch the show.
But Superman works in a fantasy realm, and this supposedly works in the realm of American government.
I think their twist in the beginning of the first show is going to ruin the show, because that was a large part of the show, I thought. It was a large part of the popularity.
People are going to have your head if you give away anything.
I'm not giving away anything. I'm just
right.
I'm walking up to the line.
Although if people really cared, wouldn't they already have watched it? I mean, it came out Friday, and they're only 12 hours.
The first one's a doozy. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
Are they getting a lot of grief for that?
No.
No, interesting. All right.
It also happened in the British series that was the original.
Oh, okay. So they're sort of following the script.
Or
then,
something similar, very similar.
Gotcha.
Happened. You aren't starting in on season 2 without watching season 1, are you?
I watched all of season 1, correct?
Oh, okay, good.
But the problem was, I watched it so long ago, I kind of forget what happened. So I watched the last episode of season 1.
Does everyone know we're talking about an original show on Netflix?
On Netflix, which
that was nominated for a lot of awards and Emmys and a lot of recognition. Stars Kevin Spacey
and Kate Mara, who I have a little thing for. Now, the interesting thing about it is that it's released all at once, so you can watch all 13 episodes at once if you want to.
Yes, that's the plan. You can watch it any way you want. You can watch it one episode a week, or you can watch it all in one big gulp.
I got to tell you, I was watching it on television. Netflix, streaming on Netflix is the way to go.
Well, the thing about Netflix, it's so evil, is that when you finish one episode, it comes up and it says next episode will start in 6, 5, 4, and so you're just in it before you realize what's happening.
Yeah, no, it's dangerous and scary all at the same time.
Right.
All right. Jimmy Fallon starts today, but before the Olympics are over?
Yes, the plan is that the big, huge Olympics audience will carry over into his premiere. And it will be a good thing for him.
You know, we've talked about this quite a bit here on the show. I'm going to make a prediction. Mm-hmm. Even though I like Jimmy Fallon, I really like Jimmy Fallon. I think he's great. I don't think he's going to play as well as Jay Leno did around the country.
But in the beginning, Jay Leno didn't play as well as Johnny Carson had.
Right.
It took him a while to grow, and he never reached even though he was dominant his whole run, he never reached the peak that Carson
But he didn't.
Just because of television has changed so much.
But he didn't reach the critical success, right? The critics didn't like Jay Leno, but the audience always preferred Jay Leno over everybody else.
Well, but that's the key phrase there, over everybody else.
Right. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I think that Fallon, I think people are going to take to Fallon. I really do. I think he's so nice. I think he's going to get really good guests. I think a lot of the bits he does are very funny.
Right.
I think it's going to take a while, though.
He is definitely different than some of the more traditional late-night talk show hosts.
Yeah, he isn't a huge joke punchline.
Right.
Trite commentary on the events of the day kind of person.
Right. He's more skits, brings the guests in to do the skits more, has more bits.
He gets his guests to do such funny things.
Right. So, I wish him well, but we'll see what happens. All right, Downton Abbey.
Yes.
This season's over with now?
Coming up this Sunday is the season finale.
How has this season been? Has it been everything?
It's been great.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's Downton Abbey, so it's a soap opera set in another time in which terrible things happen to people who sometimes deserve it and sometimes don't. It is what it is, and either you love that sort of thing or you don't, and an awful lot of people love it.
And is this the third season?
The fourth.
The fourth season.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who watches it, people who I would never think love that show.
Right. Have you ever watched a minute of it?
I have. I think I watched the first minute of the first episode and I fell asleep. So now I have a bad taste in my mouth over it.
I don't know that you wouldn't like it. Maybe you can watch it when it comes on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, the first couple of seasons are on Netflix.
Are they already?
I think they are iTunes or whatever else. So, all right. Anything else we should pay attention to this week?
The CW has a new show debuting tonight called Star-Crossed. It's about aliens on Earth and an alien boy and a human girl who fall in love.
So it's like an alien Romeo and Juliet?
Yes, exactly.
So wait a minute. Shakespeare performed
I know.
well on...
Shakespeare's, the copyright is lapsed on Shakespeare.
Wow, he's good, man. He is like interstellar.
Right.
All right, good.
Did you watch Friday Night Lights?
I did not watch Friday Night Lights.
Because the girl in it is Amy Teagarden, who was the daughter on Friday Night Lights, and so people love her.
Oh, I gotcha. I did like the wife in Friday Night Lights.
Right.
Connie, she's in Nashville now.
Right.
She was in... Did you ever watch that movie, The Brothers McMullen?
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, she was in that. That's where she got her start. All right, cool. All right,
well,
Gail.
there's a St. Louis guy in Worst Cooks in America starting tonight on the Food Network.
Is his name John Carney?
His name is Mike Glazer. He's a Parkway North graduate.
And he's up for the worst cook in America?
Yeah, he says his girlfriend nominated him because he likes to make a sandwich with lunch meat, garlic hummus, and crunchy peanut butter.
I would leave him. I wouldn't nominate him for a TV show. I'd just leave the guy.
But apparently you can learn to cook really well from this show.
Worst Cooks in America, 8 p.m. on the Food Network tonight.
That's right.
You got it. Gail, when can we read you? When can we see you?
I'll be in the Friday Go section and Sunday A&E, and I have a live chat this Thursday.
That's Gail Pennington. Gail, be good, be safe, and we'll talk to you next Monday.
You too.
Gail Pennington here on the Big 550 KT.